Good morning. So we are at 8:30, actually 8:31. Look at that. A minute late. Apologize. Quite a morning. I'm going to talk briefly about the market here, guys. As always, I like to kind of take a look at how we traded yesterday. Yesterday, if you guys recall, let's see. So market open was around here. One of the things I talked about yesterday, also in the room, is you guys all know, this pump is not long term sustainable without some form of pullback. So we've been staying mostly put in the room. The thing I worried about yesterday in the pre market is, we had this pullback here on Wednesday. We pumped up, and I was talking to the room, and you guys even seen on the huddle yesterday. We had this pullback here, and then um, the pullback right here in the pre-market, it came down kind of double bottomed, right? So it hit this double bottom in the pre-market, and then it kind of came back up. And so I was telling everybody in the room, man, I do not want to take any kind of put or short right away in the market. We're going to hold off because this is likely going to be a double bottom continuation up, right? And that played out perfectly, right? It ended up pumping up, so we just kind of sat tight. I didn't take this long either. Some people did in the room. I know CK did, and he did really well. I did not. So we had a double top. ABC extended, ABC D extended as well. Another short. I actually stepped away, so I did not take this. Still not a bad call on options, right? So you have 440 all the way down to this one right here was almost 441 down to 440, right? So, I mean, 80 cents, 60 cents in a contract, the way we scalp. I mean, it still could be a really good trade if you weren't greedy. Um, many people in the room, we were talking about right here, we had a lot of support on this level. So, not surprising that it continued up on there. Plus, we had the tech stocks. If you guys were following that, the tech stocks were just running yesterday. Sorry, I got to respond to a text here from Tesla. And so this explosion right here also did not surprise me. So we kind of, once we saw this long here again, some people took this. By here it was like 1 o'clock. I wasn't really trading. I didn't really take anything yesterday. And as you can see, it was kind of pumping up, right? So this was a great long trade right here. I mean, just tons of money made in the room for those that took the longs. Now, if you look at the short here, we did get a short entry call of 442.5. So far in the pre-market, it's opening up in profit. So that ended up a pretty good short if you guys are taking that. Just be really careful. We do have like kind of that pump and that falling channel depending where this pre-market hits. If it stays within this channel, we could see one more push up, right? My only caveat to that, guys, is the only thing pushing this is you had Netflix that was up like a ton yesterday. You have Microsoft that was up yesterday, just ran all the way up. You had Apple just shattering all-time high, nonstop, and then it kind of traded sideways. Just the tech stocks were absolutely running, and so you got to ask yourself, is that how long is that sustainable, right? Now, what I want you guys to watch today, because today is Fake Out Friday. I probably won't be trading today because this weekend is Father's Day. My kids are coming down. I have plans, so I don't want to get stuck into anything. Um, and so, we'll trade together as a room. If I see something super clear, I'll take it. Otherwise, we might just do some educational stuff in there and talk about the ATAs. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the SPY. As far as a high, guys, if y'all remember, I think I took it off. There was the high that I had called. So we had this red line, right, which we shattered that. But there was a high that we had called back here. Let's see, where was it? I ended up deleting my line. I think it was like right here, like 447 or so. This was the area I said that if we broke this, we were likely to push up north into that area. The reason why is, for so long in here, our resistance that we were fighting was basically prior support. Now that we've broken that, we're heading into areas like this, right? Areas like this where it was prior actual resistance, right? And so it's going to be a bumpy road on the way up, regardless. So, and then there was, as guys know, sometimes I like to take off the wall kind of trend lines. You got some kind of stuff like this, that could pump up, right? So we could see, even a higher, um, trend than that. So, but um, it's hard to say, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a super bullish kind of movement right here. We did shatter this. We did create a higher high from here. And typically when that happens, you're chasing the next, prior high. I mean, whether we'll get there in one shot or not. I mean, we could come all the way up as high as 449, 450, and then pull back to 440, and then explode up to the 460. Um, I don't, I'm still not super convinced we're going all time high, but we scalp in our room, so we watch levels. This is obviously going to be a really massive level, so I'm just going to mark this one right here as my kind of red top. So we're going to put that right there. So, keep in mind, guys, people, if I know I say this, and some people, are like, well, man, you missed that pump because you're only taking shorts. Manage your own risk, right? If you want to take calls, right? I mean, our indicators are calling a ton of longs and a ton of calls that are great trades, right? But at the end of the day, you got to play some other technicals. And look at the 6 hour. I mean, the 6 hour is so over freaking bought. I mean, it hasn't been this overbought. I mean, from what I can see, ever. Wait, right here. Yeah, right here it was that overbought. Let's see what happened right there. So you dropped from 286 all the way to 254. Almost instantly, actually. This is a matter of like 2 days, 3 days. So is there a lot of opportunities north still? Sure. I mean, could we go higher? Sure. We could still go higher, right? But you got to look at the fact of, there needs to be a cool off. What goes up on the RSI goes down. There's just always is, right? Only thing in between is time. Look at the daily. The last time we were this overbought on the daily, we're more overbought than here. So the last time we were this overbought was about right here, and you can see what happened. Let's see. This is another time we were really overbought. We went from 360 all the way to 319. And that's the daily, guys. I keep doing that. I moved my there you go. All right. And that's the daily. So I mean, look at the daily. We're overbought. I mean, heck, let's look at the weekly. I mean, we're not quite there, but it's getting there. I mean, the 4 hour, we're in the stratosphere. 2 hour, we're overbought. 1 hour, we got divergence. You can see we got a lower highs on that, and we got way bigger higher highs here. So everything here is looking pretty divergent. I don't know if it's going to be crash worthy, but it's going to be a bumpy ride up unless these tech stocks can continue to push the way. So just be careful in your range, guys. The Dixie, let's take a look at that. It just continues to bleed. If you all remember when we rejected off of here, I think it was 2-3 days ago, we talked about that if we break these certain levels here, that we're likely to come to at least this yellow line, but we can still come all the way as low as this white line. Now, notice the Dixie is getting really close here. I don't see us breaking this on the first attempt, so I would suspect it's going to come down here. But this little bit of move right here could move the markets north pretty good. But once it hits this, right, and shoots back up, then we're going to see a nice pullback in that market. So if y'all want to take calls, I suggest you set tight stop losses. Either you're right or you're wrong. If you want to take puts, you can take some risk, right? Because there might be that chance that you get a nice, quick pullback, which is going to happen. People are going to take profit. So tech stocks, we talked about this a little bit earlier, so I'm not going to touch on it. So, Microsoft is killing it. Apple's killing it yesterday. Amazon didn't do as well, but did well, and then Google as well. So, and then Netflix, I don't chart that one on there, but I believe it broke record all-time highs as well. Bitcoin, so crypto, this is the question of the day, right? What is crypto going to do? So crypto, Sorry, I gotta respond. All right. So crypto is, if you look at here, guys, we if you're looking at the 2 minute here, we had our pump up from the 24.9. A few days ago, we talked about this 24.8 level is going to hold, right? We had this line here. You can see the arrow I still had there. And, it's so far it's held, right? We had that kind of pump up, that push over here. And then you can see, we're just kind of hanging out on this side right here. I think we have some more upside. I think that, we're starting to see some strength. Um, I think that we're starting to see some strength in coming back in the market, as far as the crypto side of it, likely due to the SPY and everything else pushing north. But the thing I will caution you guys on, just be really careful, is that if for some reason the SPY starts to dump, I don't care what crypto is doing, it's going to pull back with it. As far as some highs for Bitcoin, I see today, we can definitely push up. You can even see here on the 2 minute we have kind of a long call set. I can see us pushing as high as 25.8 today. Past that, probably a retest, somewhere up in here, maybe 26. We would have to shatter this level for us to go any higher. And my suspicion is we'll push up and then likely retest this before we push back up. But keep in mind, in a larger time frame, this right here will look more like a double bottom. So there could be that chance that we pull down, before we creating that higher low before we do push up, which would, push us down to a retest somewhere around 25.2 again. And then the low of low would be 24.8, right? Just play your range on that. So I'm going to talk real quick about the um, sorry, apologize for the multitasking. Like I said, I got Tesla over here texting me. They're getting ready to tow my car. So yeah, fun stuff, right? Gotta go get that tire replaced. But I'm gonna jump into the ATAs real quickly here, guys. For those of you who are trading the copy trade on ATA, Big Ed ended up putting out a thing yesterday that, if you are not one that's been trading on VPN, then your account might have got flagged, right? And they're giving you time to move your money off of Big Ed. So, but for those of you who did not, y'all followed the instructions and you've been trading on VPN. If you didn't get the notice, you didn't get the notice. Some people, what they're doing is they're actually logging into a VPN, creating another Big Ed account, and just moving funds over to that one. So it is an option, right? Because they're giving till like I think July 12th or whatever to move your money off if you did get that notice. You can't trade after the 21st, so if you move your money and you're still trading, you'll know whether you're flagged or not. LTC short, doing really well. We did get our DCA. We did get our DCA sell. 2 days made 161 bucks. We're not currently in a short right now on LTC. I'm actually going to stop the LTC short. As I talked about in the room, I'm going to slowly scale back instead of being aggressive this weekend, because there is many people that are trying to get out of these trades, right? So I'm going to help you out a little bit, and then we'll get more aggressive back come maybe tomorrow or something, right? Give you guys time to stop your trade. So we're not in a short, so I'm going to kill that one. Did really well. We are in a long here, but we are in profit. So it looks like this one is going to hit profit. So once this one closes, let me see. Did we actually get... No, we have not gotten an alert. Yeah. So we're still hanging out, but we're in profit. Look at this DCA, perfect, killed it. So we'll keep an eye on the trigger. Once the LTC triggers this long, we'll scale out of LTC. So let's leave this up. It should trigger here shortly. Let me go to ETH. All right, so it looks like ETH just entered a long, and then we're still in this short. All right, so we'll keep an eye on ETH, guys. If you're on the copy trade, these trades are not very deep, but they're both very, very close. So you may want to consider just closing that and shutting those off. I'm going to leave ETH up for now. If I do see it close out, then throughout the day, then I'll go in and try to stop that alert for you guys to try to help you out. So, but you can see our long did really well. Made a bunch of trades. We got $76 3 days. It took a long here. It's pretty much almost out in profit. Our short, we did have one DCA. Our entry's like 1650, so we're not too bad. I'm not going to place any second DCAs here. Not to try to rush this, but I don't. I have to go here shortly, but I do want to cover all these. So let's take a look at our Aave long. I'm not anticipating making many, if any, changes anyways. So Aave, remember we already set this up. We were anticipating a DCA here, or we'll just get out. So we're not going to touch anything on Aave as well. LTC left. Okay, so we just have BTC left. And I'm not going to load any new pairs. Give people an opportunity to move their funds or their account or whatever they got to do. So BTC is in a long, $50 in 3 days, not too bad. And we're in a short. It looks like one DCA. Entry is not too bad, 25.1. I'm not going to add a second DCA on this short. The reason why is we could push, like I said, as high as 27, right? So we'll assess this tomorrow. I either want to see us get out back in a retest, or I will put a second DCA somewhere up here, which will move my entry up pretty high. So we're just going to sit tight. So if you're in that BTC one, that's kind of the plan. But I appreciate you guys' time today. I am cutting it a little bit short today. I do apologize. It is Friday. I unfortunately have to go deal with a flat tire with my Tesla sitting on the side of the road, which is not ideal. But I did. I almost canceled the huddle, but I did want to. LTC closed. You can see right here. Took profit. But I did want to at least get this out because I know there's a lot of people wondering. So I'm gonna kill the LTC alert for you guys. So we'll just have these ones going. You can kind of work your way out. Again, if you're on BitGet, you got to manage your own risk, right? I mean, this is super profitable on BitGet, but as we've always preached and we've always talked about, you want to be on that VPN because they don't require KYC, but they're not supposed to service in the US, right? So if you're in that US position, right, you got to be on that VPN when you're on there. The beauty of our ATA and our dashboards is that it doesn't require you to log on to your exchange very much. You literally log on, you fund it, you create your API, you connect it, and manage everything else from your dashboard. And then, if there's the off chance you got to manage something on the side, right, you can just log into it. You can log into it while you're on the VPN, but it shouldn't be very often, right? But you definitely want to use VPN, not only for BitGet, for masking your, being in the US, right? So awesome about that. But you want to use the VPN for security because you don't want people to get into your account. So I have like 5 or 6 BitGet accounts. I think I had 1 or 2 flagged from my early days that I wasn't on there, right? So all my other ones didn't get flagged. So, and I know many people in the room, you guys didn't get flagged. So if you didn't get flagged, it's because you were doing the right thing and you were on that VPN. If you did get flagged and you're concerned, you got to manage your own risk. If you want to pull it off, pull it off. If you want to take that chance to make another BitGet, and move it over. The good news is if you do move it over, you'll know if it works or not because by the 21st, you won't be able to trade. So the nice part is those who are concerned about it or have questions about it, we are so close to being good with this options trading. We are creating an ATA that will trade options. It's going to be amazing. We were testing it all last night, super late. And we were able to initiate orders and stuff, which is a huge step. So we were able to open and close puts and calls. Now we're just kind of building them into the strategy. So it'll take a little bit of time. We're going to get it up as quick as possible to give you a solution. In the meantime, just study, learn your academy stuff, hang out in the room. So appreciate your time, guys. And I may not be able to open the room as early as possible, but I'll see what I can do, guys. I appreciate your time. We'll see.